Hey there, it's Catherine and Brian from Moonstarlodge, South Central Ontario, bringing you our Indigenous perspective on all things paranormal, parapsychological, and I'm a reader, tarot reader, among other things. I had a Dame Edna moment come bubble up, but I resisted Dame Edna. Channeling Dame Edna on the official solstice reading would just probably not work. All right, we're using the same decks as last week. These are beautiful decks, stunning decks. And for a review of them, just catch the previous reading. As always, I post pictures of it. So let's get to this one, Brian. Spirit wanted the same deck. So this is the same deck as last week, which even anchors the continuity more. There are a different collection of decks to some degree as clarifiers. It's a fascinating reading, I think. I can't see it all very well. I have to lift up the cards. But anyway, we start with the Ace of Winter Pentacles. So, of course, any reading about solstice week has a new beginning, and this is in our material world. It is opportunities are incubating, as it were, and we need to sit with that and do some ceremony on winter solstice about it. It's clarified by the Empress. So the Empress archetype here is labeled in this deck as productivity, being able to manage her responsibilities in the kingdom. And so it's a wisdom and a maturity that comes to help. And that's just absolutely wonderful. Could be an ancestor that has very maternal Empress-like vibes, but it can be an archetype that we ourselves take on. So that's our significator. The Nine of Winter Pentacles says we've got everything we need. We are feeling like home is where the heart is, that we have food, we have drink, we have our animals, everything is there. Our pantry is full. But this angel is the Four of Angels, which is the Four of Swords. And it says with all the work, we need rest. Absolutely, unequivocally rest. That rest is not just a physical rest. It's never just a physical rest. It is an emotional rest. It is cutting off and removing old emotional wounds and burns and scabs and issues that don't exist anymore if they're in the past, as the Buddhists would say. The only way we keep something alive is to keep thinking about it. So we need to go into the dream time. Intellectually, we need to think differently about things and let go of that which is thoughts that cycle over and over again and are self-harming. And spiritually, we need to let go of our burdens and rest. Rest is so important. This is a season when many people tend to overdo. And if we overdo, this is what happens. This card came up last week. It's the Five of Winter Swords. So despite the fact that there are storms up there, there is a place that we could be, but we're outside. And our sacred tree is cut down. We're standing on it, cold and alone. This is not the tree we are meant to have. I'm just seeing the synchronicity of this card. This gives me a shiver. This is a cut down tree. This is not This is called the soul tree. This is about going outside and finding a tree that is alive, connecting with it. Yeah, put your arms around and hug it if you can. And ask the tree what it can help you with. What wisdom does it have? Our reconnection with nature is important at this time. I often tell the story of my dad taking my sister and I out in Guelph up by Monkey's Bridge off Victoria Road. We lived quite a bit farther south on Victoria Road than that. And we would walk out into the woods there, and he would have us stand and look at the sacred trees and have us look through the branches. And being little kids looking up, it always seemed like the stars were sitting on the branches. And he told us this was the longest night to see our ancestors, so to talk with them and be with them. And we were. And he would call the animals and they would come. The birds would land on his head, poop in his hair. The deer would come. Raccoons would come. Foxes would come. Rabbits would come. I always seemed to have rabbits. And Jude, my sister, always seemed to get foxes, so that's interesting. Anyway, back to this. So we know that we have a new life journey on this third dimension coming. We have lots of support. We have the need for rest because everything is there. We don't have to do anymore. We can rest. There's not one more thing that needs to happen. We have to be careful not to feel bereft again, because that's an old pattern that needs to go. Connecting outside, taking the time to connect outside. And we come to winter temperance, the artist, the alchemist. This is bringing down from the heavens what we need. Temperance is an angel, after all. And so it's important to do balancing things that are expansive and seem magical. It's clarified here by the Yule log. Insert me with a bleeding thought, a sacred creation birthed from thy. I am God, I am goddess, I am creation, and the creator. That's a lovely thought. Yule log here with some mushrooms on it. The next card is the Master of Winter Pentacles. One might say that looks like Santa Claus, but it's the King of Pentacles. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles, we've got the Nine of Pentacles, we've got the King of Pentacles, and guess what's the clarifier from a different deck? The King of Coins or Pentacles. I think there's no greater shouting from Spirit than to say, hey, you've got everything you need. This is your legacy. This is a magical year. I've got your back. That's the archetype we assume, and that's the spiritual archetype that's holding us through this time. We have the Artisan of Winter Wands. This is the Queen of Wands. So she lights up the room. She is very much about the fire in the belly. She's very much about the new energies that are coming in and inspiring us with this Ace of Pentacles. She's clarified by Temperance. Well, we've had Temperance down here. So we've got two King of Coins or Pentacles, two Temperance cards. That's amazing. Okay, so this is Mary and Martha. Strong feminine energy, strong feminine principles, strong lineage and a connection to source that is undeniable. These are foundational figures. There are foundational ancestors in our lives. This archetype, is a foundational archetype for us. And it brings us to the last card, the Initiate of Winter Pentacles. So this is, the Initiate is like the Page, and the Page is not like the Page, it is the Page in other decks. The Page is the one that studies with wonder. We are to look at this new opportunity with fresh eyes and come at it from perhaps a different way than we might have in the past. We are to be open and curious, very open and curious to what's coming for our new year. And the Two of Gifts, or Two of Pentacles, is the balancing card. This is balance in its best form. It's getting it all done with ease and grace. Yeah, that's basically the Rest card, the not falling into the place of feeling alone, knowing that we have strong spiritual ancestors and archetypes behind us. Yeah, it's amazing. You can flip the card, right? Or camera. I always say that, flip the card, and I mean flip the camera. Anyway, bright blessings, however you celebrate this season or don't celebrate this season. Even if you don't celebrate, it's hard not to be aware of those around who are. Let that not bring a sense of isolation. As we grow older, the wisdom that we bring into our lives and our families gets softer and more sentimental and with a greater sense of love. Keep that in your mind. Keep the love and peace in the front of everything. Anyway, Brian and I thank you for your support during this year of 2025. It's been tumultuous, and medically I'm struggling a bit, and yeah, so we'll get there. I have faith. Anyway, thanks for your comments, your likes, your subscribing, and your messages, your comments, your monetary support. It all means the world to us. Have a blessed, we've got one more week in 2025, but have a good one. Aho.